Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ielts Listening Acuity. This is me, 𝐻𝐿𝐬𝐧, joining you from 𝐕 Academy. Yes, we've come with yet another Ielts Listening Live to help you with your listening. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing good. How is your practice going? Are you all practicing really well? And listening is mostly an easy peasy module for most students. But how is it for you guys? Let me know in the comments. Is it really easy for you? Are you actually struggling with your listening? And listening is one of, I've said this in the previous lives as well, listening is one of those modules in which you can score really well. So if you are looking for an overall score, you can focus more on your listening and try to get a good score there so that you would have a good overall score. But if you need individual score, that may not work. I mean, if they're looking at if the institute or the company you're planning to work in is looking for individual score, then this wouldn't work because you would need a good score for each module, right? So this method may not work. But if you have an option where they're just asking you for the overall score, then you can focus more on your listening and things would work better. Okay, I mean, it would be easier for you. Okay, so when it comes to listening, what are the things that you have to do on everyday basis? What is something that you should be doing on everyday basis? Like you have to practice your Cambridge IELTS material because you need to have more exposure to the Cambridge material. So it's always recommended that you practice it. If you are constantly getting 35 above, or if you're always getting 38, 39, 40, around that range, you are one of the students who needs to practice only on the alternate days. Like you need to practice listening only on, even if you practice, or I would put it another way, even if you practice your listening on alternate days, that would be well and good, okay? This is only applicable for students who are always getting 39, 30, or 40, 38 when you're doing a whole test. But if you are a student who's getting below 30, then I would say you should practice vigorously and you should focus on your listening skills. And how do we focus on our listening? So first I'll tell you why I'm asking you to just practice on alternate days if you are having 38, 39, 40. That means you already have listening skills and you're very comfortable with the Cambridge material. And you can use the time that you would spend for your listening for all other modules, because you have 4 modules and you'll need a minimum of 4 hours or 3 hours 40 minutes or 3 hours 30 minutes to practice the whole all the 4 modules. So you need, time is very precious, so you need to save time somewhere. So this is one of those ways in which you can save time and you can use it to practice your writing or your speaking, or even your reading for those who are struggling with your reading. So for those students who are struggling with their listening, I am sure there are students who find it difficult because they don't get some words, how certain words are pronounced, and mostly students tell me they find it difficult to answer questions in the 3rd section and 4th section. So because the questions would be lengthier and you wouldn't have so much time to look at it, so it would be difficult for you to manage it. So what you have to do is just look at, focus on each section, and you do make sure that when you are doing each section, the 1st and the 2nd section would be easy for you, and the 3rd and the 4th would be difficult for you. So you have to give more attention to your 3rd and 4th section. So more attention in the sense, while you're practicing, you have to find what's causing the problem. Is it because I didn't read the questions carefully, or is it because I didn't read the questions properly, or I couldn't get, no, it's not that we're not, none of us is actually not reading the questions on purpose because we don't read the questions because we don't get the time. It's mostly that we're not able to finish reading the questions within the time given to us. And I had given you a tip for that you can use the time given for your section 2. I mean the time given for you to check the answers of section 2 can be used to read the questions of your section 3. So section 2, for section 2 you're given 30 seconds to read the question, to check your answers. And plus you'll be given some time, that is around 30 seconds, to read the questions of section 3. So if you're utilizing the time that is given for you to check the answers of section 2, that's 30 seconds, and the time that is given to you to read the questions of section 3, that 30 seconds together, you will get 1 minute to read the questions, and you should improve your reading speed. And also another thing that you can do is, when you see section 3, you know that those areas where there is blank, okay, where you will have to write the answer. So try to focus on those areas more, rather than spending a lot of time trying to read the unnecessary information those are given here. It doesn't mean you shouldn't read the instructions given. Of course you have to, and you must read the instructions, because they tell you about the word count in the instructions. So if you don't give attention to that part, and if you write, instead of, if they've said write only one word, if that's what they've said, and if you write 2 words, you lose your mark. So it's important that you read the instruction and understand what should be done there. But what I'm trying to tell you is, when you look at the questions, you would see that, okay, so you have question number 20, 21, 22. First, they've said sky is blue. Secondly, they've given apples are red. Next one is grapes are, and they've put a blank. So here, even if you don't give so much attention to sky is blue, apples are red, those 2 sentences that are given there, it's fine, because you have to write answer for grapes are blank. That's where you have to write the answer. So that's something which you have to look for. So you have to give more attention to those statements where there is a blank, where you think you have to write the answer, and of course read the sentences above that and below that, so that you have an idea about when the answer comes. Does the answer come after, like where does the answer come, okay, after what sentence, after which one the answer comes. So you can actually think about it like that. Okay, so you're all joining. So let me see who will have joined actually.